I think money fucks with people's heads. So Stephen Penny is a marketing guy. He was brought into USA Gymnastics to take care of marketing.
Yes.
And so when you're in that position, imagine you're Stephen Penny and women's USA Gymnastics is killing it. They're bringing in gold medals with Michaela Maroney, Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, like all the women before them. They're getting millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
In sponsorships from things like I think it's like Wheaties, Kellogg's, like when you see girls in car commercials and cereal boxes. I'm pretty sure USA Gymnastics, whatever deal they have, they get a cut of that. And so they have millions of dollars. They have this brand that they've created because it is a brand. It's USA Gymnastics. And then when you have someone like Larry Nassar who comes in and throws a fucking cog in that wheel that is the huge brand of gymnastics, it's not right. It's a horrific, tragic decision that Stephen Penny made to wait 5 weeks to report it to the FBI. But he, in his head, I imagine he's thinking about all the work he's done in marketing for USA Gymnastics, the deals, the partnerships, and he's valuing the money coming into gymnastics over admitting that they have a sexual predator on their coaching staff and have for years, because the complaints went back to he was there for 18 years as a trainer. They went back to almost the time he first started. So it looks bad, first of all. And I think also, again, the money does weird things to people's heads. Stephen Penny's just he's still a piece of shit, and he's in prison now, I believe, and he deserves to be in prison. But like when you have a situation like that, things get blurred, and you can convince yourself. He probably said things to himself like, "Oh, they're just girls. They're lying, or they're making things up, or they need to be tougher and shit like that." And
yeah, well, he might have seen a marketing campaign and been like, "Well, I can only do things that are bolster our image." So yeah, this is not one of them.
He valued the dollar over the well-being of the girls.
Yeah, and I know people have to make a living, but there's a line though, and that's the line. You report that shit because of what it is.
I this whole thing, I'm like, is the concept of long-term well-being a thing anymore? I feel like if you are thinking about, okay, what kind of person do I want to be in 10 years? Where do I want to be in 10, 15, 20 years down the line? It is a no-brainer. Like, besides the fact that it's the right thing to do and that you have girls being molested right underneath your nose, you also have the concept of, I want to have this job 10, 20 years from now. I want to continue to make money. I want to build good relationships. And so Stephen Penny could not have been thinking about anything outside of the 6 months or the year that he was making the decision, because he's just like, I want to keep the money coming in for USA Gymnastics. I want to cover this shit up. I'm not going to report it. Eventually he did. But it's like, I feel like that's so lost nowadays, the concept of long-term thinking and taking a second and going, okay, if I make this decision, what will my life look like a year from now? What will my life look like 5 years from now? What will my life look like 20 years from now? And there was not a single second where Stephen Penny thought about what's the life of these girls, 5 years from now, a year from now. What's my life going to be 5 years from now? I'm going to be thrown in jail for covering up pedophilia. Innocent girls are going to continually be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
He's going to get other jobs at other places after USA Gymnastics. What is he doing when he's not at work? Like, is he assaulting his daughter, or what is the shit? I just don't know what goes through people's heads sometimes.
Humans are not good long-term thinkers. Like, they're not good at sacrifice. Like, porn, gambling, sex, weed, drugs. Those are all short.
Are you just saying things that you did again before this podcast?
Everything I've done this weekend.
Today.
That's it. Everything I've done in the last hour.
But we've been recording for 42 minutes, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see the really quick transfers to the phone.
Yeah.
Lighting up.
Good.
But we're just like, those are all dopamine hits, dopamine highs, and humans are good at just seeing a lot of short-term satisfaction. We're not really good at thinking. I mean, why do we not think about, like, climate change is hard to think about now because it's going to happen later. or like the detrimental changes will happen down the line. That's why we don't like some people don't care as much. So like, that's why this guy thought in the moment, he was like, he's probably thinking about money or saving his ass or something. He probably wasn't thinking about things down the line. It's hard to honestly, it's hard to sacrifice and discipline yourself for a long-term period. So that's probably why he had the urge to make the wrong decision in the moment. That's my thinking. A lot of people do, and it's greed too. I mean, it's got to be. We don't know the exact reason, but yeah, he probably thought it would be buried pretty soon. It wouldn't be a big thing, and he would save his job. That's what I'm assuming.